if you're thinking about a more relevant term, the way people think about the James Beard Award is like the Oscars for the restaurant world. It's basically, they look at all the restaurants around the country, about 20,000 get selected to be looked at, and then when you break it all down, there's only a handful of restaurants, a very small number of restaurants, with 600 that even get into the semifinals out of the whole country. So it's a really small bracket of people that the James Beard panel even is willing to consider looking at.
James Beard's the Oscars of my industry. I follow it all the time, every year. Some of my friends are nominated here and there. Yeah, we were surprised, pleasantly surprised, obviously. I mean, we had a fantastic year with Craig Laban. He raised us to a third bell this year on that side. This side's been 3 bells. We've just gotten a lot of good press as one of his favorite places to drink in the suburbs. I think that just grabbed enough attention. And the people in the area that were responsible for nominations must have liked us. It's a huge honor, and it was a pleasant surprise that morning.
There's a lot of different categories. Most of their focus is on food, but that doesn't mean all of their focus is on food by any means. They do have a few beverage programs. We're nominated for basically the all-around bar program. We're more of a broad category where they look at everything we do when it comes to alcohol. So whether it be wine, whiskey, beer, just everything. When they're selecting that category, from my understanding, again, I'm not on the board, but they're looking at the broad nature of what we do, and they seem to be pretty happy with it.
I think what makes us different for particularly the beverage, or in the food as well, but particularly the beverage program, we aren't doing this for a business. I mean, it is a business, but we're not doing this because it's the new, we didn't choose craft beer because it was the new hot thing or Belgian beer. We chose it because we're passionate about it, we like it. What's made Next Door and Teresa as a whole successful with our beverage program, I feel, is not only did we educate the staff on a regular basis and have formal training for palate and beverage and food, we've also gotten them to become their own culture. For the suburbs. They are passionate about food and beverage. Everyone that works here for more than a few months kind of gets the bug. They get bit, and then they spend their time off going out to eat and going out to drink, throughout the suburbs and the city too, to explore and find new tastes. So I think part of our success is not just training, but creating a culture, and that culture is seeped down into our guests as well, because now they ask us when they're traveling in the city, in nearby cities, in the area, abroad even, they ask us where they should go in these cities to travel because they know we've been there.
So we're really lucky to be in Wayne. Wayne has, as a town, is a really successful, thriving community. People are pretty well-to-do in general, but that doesn't preclude anyone from coming to Teresa's because we have a huge spectrum of wines and beers and food and everything. But even since I've been here about 9 years. Even in the past 9 years, this town is taken off. When I started, there was 3, maybe 4 restaurants in the area that were doing of any significant note. I mean, there were some fast food places and everything else, but and now the whole street has just exploded. I mean, on this street alone, there's only 3 locations that aren't a restaurant. So it's really taken off, which has been a fun thing. We have a new music venue 2 doors down, so there's a lot of good things going on right here.
I hope Wayne appreciates it in a sense. I mean that nicely, or I hope they're happy, because suburbs usually don't get noticed for food and beverage, so we're one of the few people on the entire list, not just our category, that's a suburban entity. Most places are in cities. Cities are where you get noticed for food and beverage, so hopefully it's good for Wayne, just to put us on the map. I'm sure when people were reading this across the country, they had no idea where Wayne was, so they had to Google it. So I think in the long run, it's a good thing for Wayne. It's a lot of pressure in some ways to hopefully maintain at least that level next year. But I think it's a good thing for Wayne. I think it strengthens our restaurant scene.
We try and put out unique and quality ingredients in our food, and the same thing goes for our alcohol, unique and quality. If we're pouring the same thing that everyone else is, or we're serving the same dishes that everyone else is, there's no separation from us to anybody else. But I think that when you put really good product, no matter what it is, whether it's food or drink, in front of people, and you do it in a way that nobody else is going to find it, people are going to look for it. And that's an important difference, is that we're not looking to be like an exclusive person for this Pinot Noir, or this brand of Pinot Noir. because if it's the same varietal, same style, same region, same everything, that's not really separate. In the wine world, we stick to biodynamic. In the beer world, if we're serving, an IPA, it's not like, oh, well, we're the only ones that get this particular IPA. Well, sure, but there's lots of good IPAs out there. It's about sourcing the best we possibly can. And it doesn't matter if it's exclusive. If everyone on the street still had it, we'd still believe that this is the best we can get, or the best that's available, or the best that's brewed or made, and that's what we're going to put in front of people. So I think that's part of why people constantly come back to us.
Chris and I get over to Europe at least once or twice a year to maintain those connections with breweries and friends we've already made. And I think that's what sets us apart, is we seek out the people that we want to work with. Most of our products are people we can talk about a relationship with. Certainly not every product can we say we visited there or we know someone there, but most of our beverage and most of our food we can talk down through the chain of like, no, we have a reason we're selling this. There's a friendship, or it's the best of category. And I think that's the kind of thing that sets us apart from a lot of people that see, oh, craft beer is cool, I'm gonna open a craft beer bar. And then they don't have the passion for it. So it might survive based on a great location or a great management under the ownership, but unless that passion can pervade down into your staff and then eke out into the customers, that's when it really all comes together and it's like a family.
There's a lot of restaurants out there that are really focused, and that's awesome. And I would go to them consistently for that experience. And I know I'm gonna have a good time. I know that the bar staff are gonna do a great job. I know that the ownership is really focused on quality for that specific thing. And I think what we do that's different is that we try and put the full spectrum around. All of our wines are focused on biodynamics and really delve into the best we can source from that. Our ciders, we try and find the best ciders we possibly can. Our whiskey program, I can only think of 2 places in the city that really rival what we do. And our beer program, again, is comparable to just about any of the best beer bars in the city. So I think that's what kind of separates us. I mean, the accolades are not a bad thing, and I'll take any award we can get because that's always a good thing. And what I found is that the accolades bring new people in. Once they get here, we're able to keep them. Everything here rotates. So you go to a lot of restaurants and maybe their beer starts to rotate, and that's awesome because I'm always interested in something new. But everything here rotates. We change our wine menu 2 to 3 times a week. We change our whiskey lineup all the time. We change our beer at least 3 times a week. Our cider lineup changes. So we've been really fortunate to develop a good rapport with all of our customers, that they know that if they're coming in here, they're gonna leave happy because they know they drank something that they enjoyed, and that the next time they come in, they're not gonna be bored. They're gonna have another new thing. They might miss the thing they had, but they're still gonna have a really good time with whatever new product. So I think it's the accolades just drive people out to us, and then once they're here, they actually get a chance to delve in and see it, and they enjoy it.